Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh, and she was asked about the drones. And I'm sure you all probably watched her. We do have a Pentagon playlist, and it's really interesting because they put that UAP agency, whatever you want to call it. They created it around a year ago for the unmanned aerial aircrafts area. Unmanned aerial phenomenon is what they call it, the UAPs. Let's hear Sabrina, because we want to hear what Sabrina had to say about the drones in the sky, more or less. Sabrina, honey, you can do it. I do believe there's something much more to it than what meets the eye. Hey, Applebrooks, honey, we got our little Sabrina. See our Sabrina? There she is. Come on, Sabrina, honey, you can do it. Hello there, Frank, honey. Yeah, she can do it.
I do have one question on the phone, and then I'm happy to come back in the room right here. Howard Allman, Warzone.
Thanks, appreciate it. Just want to go back to the comments by Congressman Van Drew. Has the Pentagon spoken to him, or has he plans to speak to him? And is there any sense in the Pentagon that there's a frenzy, a hysteria here that's overblown in terms of some of these sightings? And has the Pentagon assessed any of them to be confirmed to be drones as opposed to aircraft or something else?
This is the Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary, Sabrina Singh. And the guy just asked, more or less, are they concerned about these drones? Is it just a frenzy that's going on? Nothing really more or less to... Hello. Yeah, look at this. Oh, hello there, Maxie. Yeah, good evening, you all. We want to hear what Sabrina has to say.
Thanks, Howard, for the question. I mean, local law enforcement, FBI is conducting an investigation and looking into this. I mean, there's a, initial assessments are that these are drones and potentially, could be small airplanes. It could be a number of things that people are seeing and reporting. But again, that's, for the investigation to uncover. And so I just can't speak to that more.
She's not going to speak to that. Sabrina doesn't speak about things that she doesn't know about.
In terms of, a frenzy, I think it's completely right that people report these sightings and that there is an investigation into, what they are seeing. But I think what's also important to remember is that at no time were our military installations or our people ever under any threat. And if they were, of course, the base commanders have the ability to engage these drones if they do pose a threat. Can I just go one here and then?
If you don't know what they are, how can you say they're not a foreign adversary?
If you don't know what they are, how can you say they're not a foreign adversary? This is what the press asked Sabrina. How do you know they're not a foreign adversary if you don't know what they are? She's got her. You go get her. That's right. Come on, Sabrina. How are you going to answer that?
Our initial assessment is that this is not the work of a foreign adversary or a foreign entity. That is our initial assessment. Yes, one more.
I want to ask on the Osprey, which was reportedly grounded in the wake of a security concern. Could you share some latest development on the aircraft? And I'm also wondering how you are communicating with allies such as Japan, which has not resumed its operation.
So I think you've seen, each service makes their own decisions on when it comes to the Osprey. We remain, as a department, committed to ensuring the safety of our aircraft and our platforms. And we continue to underscore that value at every single level. I think the Navy, the Air Force, and Marine Corps all make different decisions about the Osprey, and some, have implemented an operational pause. For more information on that, I'd refer you to each service.
So there was an Osprey that I guess is down. What is an Osprey? Sabrina, honey, doesn't know what these drones are, but they're not from foreign adversary. They said, well, then how do you know? Hold on, Rosie, honey. Rosie, you all, I gotta get Rosie. She's over here being a wild woman. I gotta get her. Hold on, you all. Rosie's being wild. Rosie, where are you at? Rosie, come on. You are in here somewhere. I don't know where you're at, but I gotta get you, Rosie. Come on. Rosie. Rosie. Get down from there. Get down. Get down, Rosie. Get down. Get down from there. Okay. There. Rosie's got to go downstairs. Okay, go. You got yourself in trouble, Rosie. Okay, y'all had to get my baby, Rosie. Hello. Sabrina sings. So what's an osprey? O-S-P-R-E-Y. Airplane, I guess. Or a drone. Let's see. Okay, there's one that got down. Okay, right there. This one's down, and that's from Japan. I wonder if something shot it down. Sabrina has said that these drones do not pose any danger to the military installations because the base commander, if they felt that they did, they have the right to take action. If you remember, one of the press secretary briefings that they did when they was talking about UAPs, they said that they would not fire upon certain aircraft in the sky. When was it? Unless they feel threatened. If they knew what it was, they would leave it alone. It's by the Marines. Okay, yeah. The Pentagon. The Pentagon. And the drones. I don't believe that they're drones. I really don't. There's so many theories on this. If you look at these, they look like life forms in the sky. They truly do. And these life forms can be they can be intelligent craft, intelligent UFOs. Yeah, we've been seeing stuff like this for quite some time. If you go to Hawaii, the observatories in Hawaii, there are lots of UFOs that can be seen going down into the ground. They didn't want to talk about it. They don't. And like coming down out of the sky like this. Look. The Pentagon green lights counter drone strategy amid an urgent threat. What? Did you all see that headline? Let's look at that. I want to see it. This is really strange. We're talking about the drones. Hello, we got it. You rang it, Al, honey. You did great. You did. Look, it's a drone killer. Wow. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin signed off on a classified strategy Monday for countering drone threats in an effort to unify the military's approach. Now, let's get this off of here. The military's approach to protecting its facilities and personnel from weaponized unmanned aerial systems. The unmanned systems pose both an urgent and enduring threat to U.S. personnel, facilities, and assets overseas. The Pentagon said in a statement Thursday announcing the strategy. By producing a singular strategy for countering unmanned systems, the Secretary and the Pentagon the department are orienting around a common understanding of the challenge. Why is this stuff? I don't want to keep going here on the defense.gov. Did you all see that? These UAPs, these unmanned aerial systems, will target ships in the Red Sea. There's killer drones that have featured heavily in Russia's war in Ukraine. You had entered the space of AI. That's what they're doing. They're training. fleeing off the shelf counter. It shares some lights, unclassified fact sheet. So they got their guns ready. You can see them right here to shoot down drones in the sky. Drones in the sky. If it were like, oh, they gotta be careful. They really do gotta be careful. You're shooting things down in the sky and it can land in certain places. What happens if a real army of drones come and they're from an adversary, but they don't want to raise the alarm with the American people? Because they can't stop them. They've been battle hardened. I'm having. I gotta get this off. You all know this. There's also life forms in the sky that look like what people have been pointing out. The shape shifting life forms that can take on the shape of an airplane. EMP. A drone killer. How are they going to shoot them when they're flying so fast in the sky? When they're flying, you cannot do that with this gun right here. If these drones, so-called drones, are flying 70 miles an hour in the sky, how are you going to steady that thing and shoot them up there? That's right, Al Honey. You're not going to be able to be steady enough to do it, because if they come out like hordes of them and armies of them, you're not going to be able to get it. You saw a few unidentified big drones. Everybody thought it was our government or our police. There's something going on for sure. Unmanned systems, an urgent and enduring threat. And these systems are being seen all over the world. Is that what we heard? These drones? Yeah. Oh, I've been seeing them since 2018. They fly a grid line, going about. Listen, there's this great big patrol plane, and I really do believe that it's an unmanned aerial aircraft. It goes from west to east, back and forth. I would see it all the time when I'd go outside taking pictures at night or doing live streams up in the sky. It would just go back and forth. I call it a patrol plane. And when I took pictures of that patrol plane, this is what it ended up looking like. It was able to change its shape. You can even hear them in the sky. It can change its shape, and they look like some type of a life form. A life form don't have to be totally organic in nature. It does not. It can be, oh my goodness gracious, some kind of mechanical, like something with intelligence in it. It can be. Yeah. Yeah. No, see, these planes, these drones, these UFOs, I really do feel it's all connected. When we try to get over here, you all. Okay. If something changes its shape, this still may be a terrestrial and man-made. Let me put this to you, Dee. Then if it was man-made and it changes its shape, where did man get the technology? Where did man get it? Was it back engineered? Was it from extraterrestrial beings? Was it from interstellar beings? Where did the technology come from? Yeah. Gina, what if they are spraying us with something, some enemy country? I've heard that too, Robert, that something was up there spraying things in the air. They did it with, in the jungles of Vietnam, right? Or I think our own government sprayed Agent Orange or whatever it was. Yeah. They're living intelligent beings, Liz Miles. They're not going to fire at anything unless they feel that they are in danger. That would be like a foreigner. Oh, my nose is really tickling on this side. It's like a foreigner. Say I go into your country and I'm not causing no harm. You certainly don't want to pick a fight with me if I've done you no harm. And I don't want to pick a fight with you if you've done me no harm. But when something feels threatened, well, they're going to defend themselves. They are. That includes people. If they feel threatened, they're not going to let you just, take them down without putting up a fight. Same can be said of what's up in the sky. And they do not want to engage with any type of technology that's up there, whether it be man-made, whether it be another country or something, or spacefaring vehicle. We just talked about the UFO highway last week, how the UFO highway is the 37th parallel. And what's interesting about it, there's this star system, I forget the name what that star was, that guides them down the 37th parallel to and fro. And they said it was spacecraft, but that's where the majority of these UFO sightings are. There's something, this is much deeper than what they're talking about. It's so much deeper. Let's just put in the drones again, because they're having a field day with the drones. No, let's do the news. Come on. And it's really interesting. They didn't say it's a hot air balloon. It's not a Chinese spy balloon. It's none of that. Now they're saying it's a drone. Why didn't they say why you got to shoot something down? Because if you shoot at something up there, you could cause it to explode. And who knows what would happen if there's some kind of a payload on it. If it explodes, it could spread contamination. It can spread anything. Or you could possibly be shooting at another life form. And then you got a big battle on your hand. You got a major war. Trump calls for the mystery drones to be shot down. He wants them shot down. 54 minutes ago, President Trump. He calls for the mystery drones to be shot down. Friday evening. Let's see what he had to say. Trump, honey, what did you have to say? Shoot them down. That they have been seen in the skies of New Jersey and around the country. He also suggested the government must know more about the mysterious sightings. The government does know more. And Sabrina did have a smirk on her face when she was talking about it. Sabrina, the deputy Pentagon's press secretary, she had that smirk on her face. She did. It wasn't nice, Sabrina, honey, but you did. You had a smirk on your face. You was talking about the drones, and that wasn't very nice. You were kind of smiling about it. You all, that's what Sabrina was doing. Let me get you over to her. Let's see what she's going to say.
Presence in Syria to defeat and counter. I don't have recent partnered rates to speak to, but you did see over the weekend Central Command take strikes against ISIS camps and leaders in Afghanistan anymore.
And second, if there is any role,
Speak to him. And is there any sense in the
Watch her
Pentagon that
face.
there's a frenzy, a hysteria here that's overblown in terms of some of these sightings? And has the Pentagon assessed any of them to be confirmed to be drones as opposed to aircraft or something else?
Thanks, Howard, for the question. Local law enforcement, FBI is conducting an investigation and looking into this. There's initial assessments are that these are drones and potentially, could be small airplanes. It could be a number of.
Sabrina, why are you smiling? This is a serious thing and you're smiling?
Things that people are seeing and reporting. But again, that's, for the investigation to uncover. And so I just can't speak to that more.
She's
In terms
smiling.
of, a frenzy, I think it's completely right that people report these sightings and that there is an investigation into, what they are seeing. But I think what's also important to remember is that at no time were our military installations or our people ever under any threat. And if they were, of course, the base commanders have the ability to engage these drones if they do pose a threat. Okay.
Did you hear her? They have the ability to engage these drones if they are considered a threat. Having the ability and then having the authority is two different things. And Sabrina was very smiling at it. Of course, there could be a really dark side to these drones. There really could be. I remember back when the last, the last elections were going on, it was rumored that China said if Donald Trump wins the U.S. elections, they will attack the United States of America. I remember that back when the 2020 was going on. They were warned. And then now, since they've done some things with the Middle East, that right there could also be something, because there are sleeper cells in this United States and in other countries around the world. And if President Trump is ordering them to be shot down, he has some insight and he has some intel of what's happening. And I do believe as President Donald Trump comes into power, they want to do everything in their power to stop him. If we want to talk about these drones that are flying around that are not posing any threat right now, but they will do anything to stop it and create havoc on him when he comes in. That's what, yeah. I could see them doing it. I could see a foreign adversary doing it. I could see other groups of interests doing that, creating fear and stuff like that on the American people. He knows something if he's telling people to shoot them down, because he knows they're up to no good. They can employ armies and armies and are thousands of drones. The Pentagon said that too. When you have a ship that was patrolling the coast of America, there's no way they can control it all. But if they had all these drones and stuff, with a drone army, the drones could be everywhere. You see what they did in Russia with the drones, unmanned. That's the other flip side too. If it's something like that, yeah, it's rather alarming. Trump knows what's going on. He says the government must know more about the mysterious sightings. Donald Trump, President Trump. Drone mania hits Amish country, Lancaster County residents. They witnessed the drones too. The fury is growing. Car-sized drones in the sky. Poland buys Sky Guardian drones as it readies to launch the drone force. Okay, that's their defense news. The drones. That's right. First it was the balloons, and now the drones is a test to see how far they can get away with invading our airspace. Yeah. Yeah. The last card. Look. Ukraine's missiles still outshoot Ukraine drones. Trolley drones. If it's a life form, which there are some up there, and they start firing up in the sky, and they mistake these life forms up there in the sky who don't mean any harm, that could literally start a space battle, a UFO battle. It's like the War of the Worlds. If they feel threatened, they're going to shoot back. And if these drones, if whatever they are up there, drones or other intelligent beings, intelligently manned craft, if they sense something coming to them, they can immediately turn around and fire back on the area that the shot is coming from, the laser. I believe it's lasers. They can pinpoint it and fire at will. Edwin the Crow, yeah, that too. That's what they did in the War of the Worlds. When they felt that the people were shooting at them, they literally just took their lasers and set everything on fire. And it's not good. Look at this. This is not good either. Satellite images show Iran's drone carriers are nowhere near the U.S. as New Jersey faces a mystery drone problem. So they have, Iran has a drone problem. They have carriers that launch them. This would be the perfect scapegoat. Blame it on the other countries if in fact it is other life forms in the sky. Could be both. Could be both. Laser, nuclear fission, X-fusion, hypersonic, etc. But as for something that, as for something that looks like a meteorite or something coming from the sky, that is real because that's seen all over the place. Nancy Pelosi got injured in Luxembourg, is what happened to her. Let's see if this is what is this going to do? Let's check it out, you all. And we got that right there. Let me flip this back around. It's either alien life form, which they're up there too, and or drones that are up there. Clearly, they're up there for a purpose. Totally. They're up there to create havoc, to cause hysteria, to get the people worried. It's like a psychological, like warfare thing going on, is what it's like. Let's see this lady.
Without an answer in sight. Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal says the drones flying over New Jersey should be taken out if they're flying near military bases or airports. While the White House and the Pentagon say the unidentified drones don't pose any national security risk, adding many of the sightings are just regular aircraft. After several classified briefings for the lawmakers, the drones still remain a mystery. News Nation's Joe Khalil is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Julie, what we're seeing now is lawmakers, especially those from New York and New Jersey, getting off the sidelines and trying to get into this more directly now, because frankly, they've been really frustrated. They're not getting the information on these drones.
That could be a shape-shifting airplane.
That they want. They're not hearing from the
because they can literally take that shape.
White House and Homeland.
They can literally, let me turn this out. Look at that shape. These beings up in the sky can literally be, they can turn themselves green and red and white. Wow. I wish I had the filtering, but I don't have it anymore.
And security. For example,
it looks like the life forms.
Newly elected Senator Andy Kim went back to his state and says that he was tagging along with local law enforcement as they were monitoring these sightings in real time. He actually saw them with his own eyes. He recorded some of these drones, posted them to social media, and said, despite what John Kirby at the White House is saying, which is that a lot of these things cannot be corroborated and are often manned aircraft that are just regularly doing their thing legally, Andy Kim says that he and his officers on the ground were looking at flight track apps, and they were seeing that whatever they were looking at in the skies was not sanctioned aircraft. So he was reporting that in real time. You've also got several senators, himself included, along with Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer, and Kirsten Gillibrand, sending a letter directly to Homeland Security, the FBI, and the FAA, demanding that they come in immediately and give these senators a briefing. Whatever they know, these senators want to know as well. You've also got on the state level, state senators asking Governor Phil Murphy to do more, to demand from the White House that they immediately give New Jersey the resources and the tools they need to respond to this kind of thing. Lawmakers here that we've been talking to all week are now saying there's no reason that the Department of Defense shouldn't be bringing down some of these drones.
I'm not sure they're drones. I really am not.
Either shooting them down or bringing them down in other ways. We heard from Josh Gottheimer, congressman from New Jersey, who said this just this morning. Take a listen.
New Jersey can't become the Wild West of drone activity. No state can become the Wild West of drone activity. And Americans shouldn't have to worry about what's flying unauthorized overhead, especially as technology like AI advances at an unprecedented clip. The FBI should be standing at a podium of the Department of Homeland Security and briefing the public and explaining to them what these drones are.
And of course, we did hear from John Kirby at the White House Thursday saying that there's no evidence these things pose any threat to the public, no evidence that these are any foreign adversary of ours. Still, clearly that is not reassuring, not just members of the public who continue to post these videos, but also lawmakers who are continuing to demand answers and demand clarity on what our intelligence officials know about these sightings.
There's no evidence. How do they know there's no evidence? They got infrared cameras. They got the technology. They can see what's up there in the sky. They can. They're all saying the same thing. They don't want the people to know. They can zero in on them, Peggy. They most definitely can. If you can take a satellite and you can zoom in on a quarter on the ground and see the date, you can capture that stuff in the sky. They know what's going on. With AI all over the place, I think it's a big cop-out. Someone said, let's not forget Cliff High, who said that there would be an alien attack or something, and he based that upon something that he saw back in 2009 with his WebBot program that was predicted now. He mentioned that when Trump said something about aliens when he was in an interview with Joe Rogan. And what day was it? It was going to be the 3rd, 4th, or 5th day of December that they were supposed to see some kind of alien activity. Here's what they're supposed to see. Some type of aircraft in the sky, is what he said, and planes trying to shoot them down. That was the 3rd, 4th, and 5th with Cliff High, his WebBot program from 2009, and Joe Rogan and President Trump talking about the aliens. Let me ring my bell. That's right. Yeah, no, there's something, it's deep. They are. It's a psychological warfare is what it is. The Cliff High. And we came on here every day. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You think it's a black ops? And there are some people saying, well, it's the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are, I don't know anything about the Pleiadians. I never talk about the Pleiadians or the Lemurians or I talk about the reptilians. I have no knowledge of any Pleiadian telling me anything. I don't. I've taken pictures of light ships. We went to live webcams and documented UFOs, cylinders coming down from the sky, going into the ground. We've actually have physical evidence of all this kind of stuff. And as for this right here, these type of things being sighted in the sky, I can't say that it's Pleiadians. I cannot. Are there a such thing as the Pleiadians? I would say that there are. There's the Pleiades, and that is mentioned in the book of Job. So, It has whatever's going on is having a real world effect, and it's catching attention. And it will probably continue for another week, at least another week. The book of Job, it speaks about the Pleiades in it. It speaks about Leviathan. Yeah. December of 12 or 21. Is that what you're getting, Amy Gill? 12/21. Yeah, I feel that it'll continue for at least another week. And then we'll see something. Because Biden, when he gave his speech, he said President Trump the next administration will be inheriting a good economy as of now. That's what he said in his speech. And I thought, oh, that's very cryptic. He knew something was up. And if there is to be UFO disclosure, yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Inquisition news. Can you bind the sweet influence of the Pleiades? Yeah. You heard that they are human. This is smart broadcasting. Trump has not said anything. Well, he said something, shoot him down. If he has inclination that this is a foreign adversary, he doesn't feel right about it. And some people say that Trump is working with the Pleiadians or the galactic something. Galactic Federation of Worlds. Trump's a time traveler. Trump and the UFOs is what it was. Yeah. Look, will we get more answers about UFOs in a second Trump term? Drones, planes, or UFOs, the quiz over it. UFOs spotted over military sites and Trump's golf course. Well, this is clearly it's not a good maneuver if it's a foreign adversary. It's an act of intimidation, is an act of assertion and saying you can't stop us. But then if you look at this right here, they never would say what that was either at all. They'd only show you a black and white thing of it. That's it. Just a black and white thing. Let me see. Let's just type in one thing. Mystery orbs appear to hover over the Minnesota sky. Look at that. Mystery orbs. Well, those orbs are real. They float in the sky. They do. Wait a minute. That looks like my photos. Right there. That's a pieced together photo. I've got those too. I've got photos like that where they were all appeared in my yard. That right there. They're on my computer. I don't know which photo on my Nikon P900. Those are real. Floating orbs. You got them in the sky. Oh, let's look at this. Oh, man. You can see them. Those are real. This is not... These aren't drones. These are... That looks like it came out of something in the sky, just like the War of the Worlds, how they came out of like a portal or something in the sky and they came to Earth. They had like a trail behind them. The tall whites, they exist. Those aren't solar flares right there. They're not. Those aren't solar flares. This right here. This is what can be seen across NASA. Let me do this, you all. Let me do this. Let me turn this light up as bright as I can get it. Okay, hold on. You gotta do this. Let's go up here and look at the ceiling. What happened to this flashlight? I guess it went out on me. You see that right there? This is the observatories in Hawaii. High-level meetings. Those things are real. They fly across the Hawaii sky. You can see them. It's down there at the bottom. Right down there. They're no joke. They're in the sky. So to say that those things do not exist, where are we at? They can be seen flying around the sun right here. These things have the ability to connect, and they can stretch themselves all the way across the breadth of the sun. They're in the skies all around the world, and they also have the ability to take on any shape that they want. They can act as a unit. They did come out of the sun. Those things right there, they came out of a portal in the sun by the thousands. Thousands. They called it a particle event, but it was not a particle event. It was something much greater. It was like cube-like things. They came out, and they're on the earth. They're in the clouds. They're in the sky. They can disappear if they want to. And I would assume that they have somewhere on this earth. They also were in the ocean. We documented those gigantic cubes in the ocean off the coast. Was it Brazil? Is where it was. And we called it Cube Island. There's a lot of things flying around in the sky other than airplanes and drones. And they're not of this world. And the people running the countries, they don't want to talk about it because their intelligence is way beyond that of man's, is what it is. And they're no match. They're no match for something that just flies like that and just disappears. They can't stop it. And if they got the force fields, they can't stop it. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is, if they're reporting things like this too, it's all real. It is. Every single bit of it. Let's get you off. Let me look up here for a second. I gotta get this light on. Oh. Let me get this on. Hold on a second. Let me get it going. Let's point this up here. That's me. Let me show you. These are black ships that are also in the sky. You see this right here? That's not a comet. It is a starship that comes down from the sky. This right here. These are cylinders that come down out of the sky in Hawaii. This is their original shape. They're not raindrops. There's the telescope. We got a great big Hawaii playlist. You can see them right here too, coming down out of the sky. They got their lasers up there. They're shooting at something. Great big massive UFO ships. There's black ships. Where's the other ones? Those are not clouds. They are UFOs that are cloaked in the clouds. Let's get over here. You got what they should be concerned about is this massive black ship that showed up at the observatories. And you know what? They shadow banned it. They shadow banned that black ship in Hawaii at that observatory. That thing is massive, and it's not one of our aircraft. It's not any foreign government. It is a UFO, and they have the ability to dock on the side of the buildings. And that's a massive round disc up there in the sky above the observatories. These things are flying every single night on the cloud cams in Hawaii. You can see them coming down from the ground and going up and going super fast right there. Where was the other one? They're in the clouds too. You can see their shapes. They cloak themselves. And there's also plasma shifts. I think I'm about done. I am. So for our sake, let's hope it's not enemy aircraft, drones from an adversary that seeks to destroy the United States of America and take it down completely and wreak havoc. Let's hope it's not that. Let's hope that it's perhaps another life form that comes in peace. Let's hope it's that, because the enemies of America, they don't want peace. They don't. They want destruction of America. If there were be a life force that comes, an intelligent life form, an otherworldly being, I would hope that they would come in peace. But you can't say that of the enemies of the United States, both foreign and domestic. You can't. They got one goal, and it's not negotiations, it is destruction. So let's hope that these right here, and these, whatever they're called, drones and stuff that are in the sky, let's hope it's not from an enemy nation, or we are in trouble. And that's why Trump says, shoot them down. Shoot them down. Yeah, there's like, these are life forms right here. They look like that. It's a life form. And, whoopsie. They're clustered all around the sun also. NASA shut down this product right here, but this is NASA's product. And it's these things right here. I'm going to go, y'all, the drones. Let's hope it's not a foreign enemy, foreign or domestic enemy, or we got ourselves in trouble. Mark, if they don't come in peace, then they will leave in pieces. I haven't heard that phrase before, but it kind of makes sense. It does. It does. I'm going to go, you all. No, this is serious what's taking place. Somebody's going to come. We'll find out. We're going to find out what's really going on, and it's not going to be too long before we do. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And there are many theories out there as to what we're seeing in the sky. And it makes for interesting conversation. And who's to say who's right or who's wrong? The one thing that is good, that it is bringing attention to unknown objects in the sky, whether they be alien life forms or whether they be drones. It's literally raising awareness to what's out there. So that in itself is a good thing. It's a conversation starter, letting people, think outside the box. Well, this could be that or that. And what if it is UFOs? What if it is some other life form? If for those who want UFO disclosure, it's no matter what kind of stories are going out there, it draws attention to the things that are in the sky, the UFOs, the drones and stuff like that, which is a good thing. It is, because you want awareness no matter what it is. And even if you got the cylinders coming down from the sky and then going down into the chambers of the volcano shafts in Hawaii, you would like to know what that's about also. You would. So thank you all, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you. Thank you, moderators.